Aloha guys, GRTV. See a nice scene here, people engaging in sports. Something I'm a fan of actually, soccer, because it's non-violent and it involves exercise, and it's an inexpensive sport. It's easy to play it anywhere around the world as long as you have just a soccer ball, maybe some type of markers or spray paint for a goal. And we have a delightful sunset here. We're actually looking at the Waikiki skyline here. Look over here, that's the Hilton Hawaiian Village, the Rainbow Tower there. And it's a nice day. I'm going to explain what the global citizen is. The global citizen. How do you achieve the status of being? It's a complementary thought to the ideas of a world citizen, or see the sailboats out there, or unity consciousness, or the world is our family. Like, how do how does that happen in real life? The first thing is operating as if everyone else is your family, and even you don't have to say it or act it. It wouldn't be sincere to call everyone your family, because you do have your disagreements with people. But the thing is, guys, is if there are people out there in the world suffering, like for example, if somebody you cared about was suffering, would you enjoy certain sensory activities or vacations or different things? Now, you'd probably limit them in an extent, just like I have no desire to engage in intimacy and enjoyment between myself and a dream mate until the world is a nice place and people have choices. People are aware of reincarnation. People are aware of the possibility of, just before they leave this planet, just going into a sacred temple. It's one of my ideas. Taking DMT, there would be some shaman there, some guides, to encourage them to see what their body is, and that it's really appropriate at certain intervals in life to exit it and leave it. And then, of course, humanely taking a pill that would maybe like a heroin something that would be like a pleasurable overdose, enjoyable, but yet get them out of here, shut their body down so they can leave it in a way that's quick and humane. We do that for our pets, right? I'm not a fan of pets in the sense that I'm concerned about humans. Like, maybe in the future I'll like the idea of pets, but right now, like, I practice, to an extent, I practice a vegan lifestyle, and many vegans are interested in pets, but I'm really concerned that until the world and all humans are comfortable, then I'm not so interested in having pets or helping pets, the animal shelter, etc., etc. I'm certainly not interested in helping extinct species or endangered species if they're carnivores or they are predatory, because that's a negative energy. We don't need that, whether it's predators, manipulators in human society, or those in other realms of existence of. So the thing is, guys, is there are a lot of occupations that I believe are not essential to life on Earth, because once the world is for a cell phone camera, this is very impressive. From my view, so yeah, the world. It like, do we really need all these hospitals or doctors or attorneys or different types of people? If we can find ways to quickly use preemptive measures to avoid complex legal situations such as divorce or having to sue people, or in the instance of hospitals, if we're able to, where's the ball? Here we go. If we're able to be healthy and do preemptive things for our health, then we avoid like violent sports, dangerous activities, then we reduce the pressure on hospitals and doctors to take care of us. Even such things as massage therapists. I think massage therapy is great, but if people can do self-massage and put their back on a corner of a wall and do yoga, a little self-massage, like kneading. You can knead the muscles, like grab the muscles. People doing things like this, people doing their own accounting, listening to themselves instead of psychologists, writing their thoughts down. It's not that I'm resistant to professions and whatnot. I just want to make the world incredibly efficient. And when you do that, it frees up more authenticity for people to do things that are more creative. And I'm not saying that there won't be these occupations, or there won't be things like tradespeople to do more difficult types of work, even police to keep public safety. The justice system. It just, the point being that if there's a lot of well-educated, intelligent people, there's less and less of a need for all these professions, because people learn the information that these professionals know, and we all become advanced people. And that's my interest. That is what I want in the world. I want a global village, if you will, consisting of cities where people are identifying with, oh, I'm in this city right now, or I'm in this city, instead of, and maybe speaking common languages like English or certain languages, because it's just a homogenization. Instead of identifying with, oh, I'm of this country or ethnicity, it's like, no, I don't, no, less concentration on ethnicity, more concentration on, well, this is who I am. And there's another theory, there's lots of theories, right, in terms of money making and different things. It's important to make your own way. And even if there are people who seem greedy, or here, let's zoom in on this side of the game here. Even if there's people who seem greedy, acting greedy towards them is not beneficial. It just perpetuates the drama and the destruction. So even if there's people you don't like working with, just tolerate them until you find a better job opportunity, for example. Likewise, even if you think the government's bad, taking government money is still taking people's money if you can, afford to meet your basic needs. So taking things like food stamps, etc. I don't think it's fair. So making our own money responsibly, like, for example, I even though I don't think it's moral to be a prostitute, I think sometimes people are in positions where it's the best option, and I respect that more than somebody who takes money from the government and thinks they're entitled, and a lot of prostitution involves married couples where the woman's just there for the money or the guy's just there for her body. It's not love. But I still think that's better than people taking money taking money from the government, from each other. But there's another element to be considered, and that is that maybe we don't need to have children right away. Maybe there's lots of people in the world, billions, so it's no biological imperative to have to procreate, and in turn, we can focus, instead of focusing on rearing a family, which is a job and can lock you into a situation where you there's a lot of energy out here. You got sailboats, it's Friday, Aloha Friday, good energy. The deal is, guys, is the situation, rather, is that you have to rightfully earn things, and so I want to make a theory, like theoretically, if you have $20,000, what do you do? Or $10,000? I recommend getting half of it, either in a savings account or in very secure Webull or Robinhood stock accounts, secure stocks. Maybe gold in a bank vault, because even though you lose some money buying it, it's recession proof and it's inflation proof. I think that's another thing that that people are interested in. They're interested in being recession proof, and things like certain occupations like cleaning, painting. You can look them up, what they are. In fact, there's this channel Alux. I'll provide a link to them in the description. They just have a whole, if you haven't already browsed through their content, they've got a lot to explain the world and analysis, similar to me. They have a lot of top 15 lists. That's what they have. So, ooh, that guy just got it away from his goal. So the deal is, guys, is if you had that money, what would you invest in it? Would you invest, like, for example, me? Well, I would pay somebody to help me focus every month, maybe $200 a month to help me concentrate on writing my book. Now I might pay somebody to do a little technical work. Ooh, that went far away. I might pay somebody to do. Let's see what's going on here. I might pay somebody to do some. Oh, look at that sunset, guys. Oh yeah, and guess what? Fireworks later, so be sure to tune in to my follow-up video. Look at that, guys. Look at that good energy. The Hawaiian Islands, just a perfect day. Things are semi-returning to normal. Waikiki backdrop here. In fact, yeah, check this out. Just good energy. But yeah, I must say that, like, if you had that money, what would you do? Speaking for myself, like I said, invest it, lock it so it's hard for you to some of it to spend. Maybe I would spend some renting interview spots to try to gain some exposure for my ideas. Different people do different things in but it's just useful to think of these things. And also, while you're working, especially doing trade work, it's so nice to listen to self-help audiobooks or stuff on YouTube. It's just great to listen to it all. And if you buy the YouTube, $12 a month, and you got no commercials, so you can also put it in your phone in your pocket instead of having to keep the screen on. But this is all stuff concerning global citizens. It's all about more efficient living, sharing knowledge, the collective intelligence, and promoting the correct collective intelligence rather than just trying to do for-profit operations. Like, it may not be so useful to be say, trying to always profit and just doing things like because you're doing successful. Like, what if you don't believe in what you're doing? What if you don't think it's the most useful, use of your time? So there's always this balance, this kind of balance. And another thought, in exercising, I want to encourage people to only exercise to the extent that they're able to breathe complete breaths. So whether they're jogging, whether they're doing a set of push-ups, I do it based upon breathing. Like I breathe in on the first push-up, then count 4 up. So then 2, 3, 4, then breathe out, during those 4, and then I breathe in on the 5th one. And so I do these kind of, I separate the whole set into 4s, and then that's the breath I do. And when I'm running, I completely breathe in and out. And if I do anything more than that, then I know I'm exerting myself too much. And the same goes with if you, especially these days, where a lot of us are just at an office space environment. Well, keep some dumbbells near you, a good weight for you, and just do sets of 10 periodically throughout the day, or set of push-ups, jumping jacks. Keep your energy going. Stand up. Have a stand-up desk if possible. It makes it easier to focus. These are all issues concerning global citizenry, though. More responsibility, more intelligence, more self-management, self-control, so that the more you're able to, the richer you are in that regard, monetarily, intellectually, then the more you can truly, authentically love, because it's unadulterated. There's no ulterior motive. It's authentic situations. A lot of situations are not genuine. They're contrived. They're artificially generated, where like somebody hangs out with somebody because they are hungry and they want dinner, instead of because they truly value the ideas the person has. So, but as society progresses and people are given the opportunity and do take it to be more responsible, wealthy, healthy, spiritually well, then it allows them to have less dependency on others, and so they can more authentically, voluntarily, and unconditionally do positive gestures. So I'm gonna actually finish off with a light work session. I think hope you guys enjoy this. We're gonna start off by let's see how the games are doing here. We're gonna start off by visualizing somebody you're upset at, and this doesn't mean, and we're gonna see them smiling and using light. And this does not mean that you have to interact with them or that you should want to interact with them, but rather it means that you should reprogram your mind to attract smiling and positive situations, because the default is to imagine the danger, imagine the problems, right? By the way, those 2 cranes there, they're building the Ward Village that I often feature. It's nice to build these towers where we can all live and enjoy, and so just visualizing that person smiling that you're upset at. Maybe it's a work-related situation, whatever situation. Just use your fingers, beam out of your fingers bright white light. Let's see a sky here. I'll do a little more light work when we come back to tune in. The fireworks are going off right there at the Hilton, and that'll be fun. But let's do one. So you visualize the person smiling. Visualize. It's very easy to, if you imagine that you're like watching a person from above, watching them walk, in particular. So what you can do is you can imagine them, the light beaming down, and they smile and they grab it, and you could see it activate their aura and see people around them like astonished, like, wow, I can't believe it. Look at this person. Now let's do somebody that you have some romantic interest in. If we could do that. Look at that, guys. Awesome. Get some other mountains in the distance here too. This is the Honolulu skyline. Great stuff here. Great stuff. So, there's a sailboat sailing itself in. So yeah, you want to visualize this person smiling and not want to seduce them. Want to be nice to them. Want them to, you don't. If the only thing you want to do with a person is you want to activate your second chakra with self-intimacy. Oh my God! Did you see the collapse? They collapsed. You want to, if all you want to do is have sexual activity with somebody, then that's a red flag. That means that you're not excited about actually creating activities that generate love. Love is a emotion that's a result of doing fun things you mutually enjoy together, pursuing dreams, and hobbies that you. Where's the ball? Hobbies that you mutually enjoy. Where are we here? Hobbies you mutually enjoy. So imagine that person that, whatever it may be, if they are interested in you, you're interested in them, whatever. You don't know. We don't want to let our desires control us. So let's imagine that person smiling joyfully. Imagine them walking. And imagine a brilliant white light streams down from the sky, a laser beam of light, and they just explode a shield around them, and everyone's like amazed at how it all happens. Look at these guys having a good time. I'm glad you've partaken in this moment with me to kind of examine some concepts of self-control, respect for everyone, and transcending life and death, and even some financial and health ideas, and of course the spiritual light work, right? So let's do one last person. Let's visualize Mr. Trump. It doesn't matter if you like the person or not. It matters brilliant white light activating people and synchronizing them. And it may mean that they are the bad guy or the good guy. The light, all it does is it synchronizes situations. So, for example, it may make it so people decide on a new law so that certain people won't do certain things, or it may make certain people, like the good guys, get stronger so they can mentally and physically, so they can properly deal with the bad guys. That's what the light does. It kind of balances things out, and it creates more synchronicity, and promotes the sharing and expansion of knowledge and and humanity. And so if you don't believe me, try it out. Try blasting. Let's say you're concerned about a situation at work. You don't know what to do. Blast the whole area. Blast the vehicle that you might use, or the tools you might use. Some people use their computers. Just blast it with light. Put your fingers and just shine a beam of light, just blasting, right? And imagine it again with Mr. Trump. Like, imagine the White House. You got to imagine people smiling. Like, imagine the guy smiling joyfully, laughing even. Now imagine a brilliant beam of light just coming, shining down. Okay, and he sees it and goes over to it and just reaches out for it like a fountain of youth, and it just illuminate. You know, he just excitedly activates his aura, and Secret Service is like, whoa, you know, what's going on? What's going on? And yeah, everyone's excited. Everyone's excited. You know, everyone's excited. They are excited, and so let's do that, guys. Let's get into that level of joy and happiness, and you know, the physical world. Okay. The physical world is ours. It's ours to animate and improve with science, not to wait for somebody, as some religions might encourage. This is our world, and we are the light. So, aloha. Wait, tune into fireworks coming right up. There's a plane there. All right, guys. Hawaiian style, Hawaiian Islands, man.